Happy Thursday, everybody. It is the 19th day of December, 2024. Just 6 more days until, I suppose I didn't need to use my pen, only 6 more days until Christmas, if you haven't got all your Christmas shopping done yet, by the way, and you are so inclined as to perhaps pick me up a gift or two. A friendly reminder when it comes to, giving me Christmas gifts, for me being the beneficiary of your kindness and your warmth. I like my presents big and expensive, just if you're so inclined. High clouds right now. We are at 32 degrees. It's going to be wet and mild for the next week at least. White Christmas here in the Wenatchee Valley, it's probably not going to happen. We're going to be pushing 40 degrees for afternoon highs, and we have about a 60 to 70% chance of rain every day for the next 7 days starting today. Forecast details are on the way. Bonnie Orr will be joining me live right here in the studio. We get together on the solstices and the equinoxes, and of course the winter solstice is on Saturday, the 21st. So your winter gardening tips, and yes, there are things you can do in the dead of winter, both inside and outside, to make sure when spring comes, you got a head start on things. Bonnie will be here live in the studio. Looking forward to that. Thursday, Pause for Pets. We have a rooster today. It's Jerry the Rooster. They're getting creative at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Last week they had a guinea pig. This week it's a rooster. I kid you not. You want to adopt a rooster? We'll introduce you to Thomas. I should say Thomas the Rooster. I kid you not. We'll have that Pause for Pets. Plus sports. Huskies beat the Cougars last night in men's basketball, and Gonzaga won as well. And we got basketball tonight, as a matter of fact. We got our cameras, and our crew will be at Eastmont High School, Panthers and Wildcats. First of 3 meetings this year. We will be there. Grant Olson with the call. The girls at 5:30 on Facebook and streaming. The boys at 7 o'clock on Facebook and streaming and on television right here on the NCWLIFE channel. But before we get to all of those things, it's Thursday. Time to give away another $50 gift card from our friends at the Small Town Holidays promotion. We teamed up with the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce. And today, up for grabs, a $50 gift card to Elevated Home in downtown Chelan. They're on Wooden. In fact, they're right next door to the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce. High-end furniture. When it comes to furniture, you get what you pay for. If you buy cheap furniture, it's not going to last very long. It's not going to look very good. But they got American leather. They got Bassett. They got in-house interior designers. You say, hey, I like that couch, but I don't like the fabric. They can switch it out. Or I like the fabric, but I don't like the color. They can switch that out. These people know what they're doing. Elevated Home in downtown Chelan. And they have special special programs for you builders out there or interior designers. Take a look at it. Elevated Home in downtown Chelan, and a $50 gift card could be yours, provided you send me an email, winner@ncwlife.com. It's an email-only entry. That's how you do it. You send me an email, winner@ncwlife.com. One entry per email address. You know that by now. If you have more than one email address, you can enter more than once, but you can't enter like 100 times with the same email address. We keep track of these things, and quite frankly, it's annoying. And employees of WIC Communications are not eligible. Sorry, Riley, you can't win. Some slides to show for you as we get going here on this Thursday. First of all, here is your long-term outlook. Right through Christmas Day, mild, very mild. Our afternoon highs will be getting right close to 40 all the way through the holiday. It's going to be cloudy almost every day. We'll have the occasional sunbreak. Boy, yesterday was beautiful. But that's about it. It's going to be cloudy and rainy today, tonight, Friday night, Saturday. Again, the occasional sunbreak. Temperatures hovering right around 40 degrees. In fact, our overnight lows are going to be just about where our afternoon highs are supposed to be. Very mild and very wet. Rain in the valley, snow in the mountains. If you want a white Christmas, you're going to have to go up in elevation or maybe up to the Methow Valley, because they got a lot of snow up there from Tuesday to yesterday. And by the way, yesterday's high was 48, almost a record high. Record high for December 18th. Yesterday, 52. We almost got there. Got to 48. It was great to see the sunshine. Here are the snow totals from Tuesday to 1 o'clock yesterday. It might be hard to see, so I will show you or tell you how much snow people got. Payne-Bohr Memorial Airport, which is where the official weather station is for the Wenatchee Valley, 7.5 inches of snow. Now down here on the valley floor, just outside of our studios, we only got maybe about 2.5 to 3 inches of snow. But Payne-Bohr is up there a little bit, about 1,200 feet in elevation. So 7.5 inches of snow officially up at Payne-Bohr and Chelan. You got 7 inches of snow. Leavenworth got 7 inches of snow. Some places just outside of Leavenworth got more snow. Cashmere got 8 inches. Plain got 14 inches of snow with this latest weather event. Winthrop, 19 inches of snow, but the winner, that red dot in the upper left-hand corner, Mazama, 20 inches of snow up to 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So if you want a white Christmas, you want to guarantee a white Christmas, head on up to the Twisp, Methow Valley, Winthrop, Mazama, because I think that snow might stick around because they're going to have temperatures a little cooler than us. All right, from the National Weather Service. We have high clouds right now. They're going to thicken up, they're going to lower, and we're going to see some rain later on today. Snow level, by the way, 7,300 feet this afternoon. Lots of clouds, 60% chance of rain, and a high near 38. Cloudy tonight, 60% chance of rain, 32 for the overnight low. Cloudy on Friday, chance of rain, about 60%, high of 39. I'm detecting a pattern here. Friday night, partly cloudy, still a 60% chance of rain, low of 31. Saturday, rain, clouds, 39. Saturday night, rain, clouds, 32. Sunday, rain, clouds, 39. Monday, partly sunny, but still a chance of rain, and a high of 42. And Christmas Eve, 39. Christmas Day, 38. And we have a continuing chance of rain right around 60 to 70% every day for the next 7 days. Going to take a break. When we come back, the news on this Thursday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
I'm Jim Heinlein, and I've been working with you all for about 20 years now. And it's safe to say I've seen most every situation as it relates to annual election period. This AEP is going to be like a tsunami. It's not tall, but it's huge in effect. And when the water retreats, you're going to see the damage to those who didn't react properly. So what is a proper reaction? Well, call a local insurance professional like Springwater Insurance. We have already developed a strategy for those of you who need a change. Give us a call at 509-888-2600.
Right at the 32-degree mark here in the Wenatchee Valley. We're looking at upper 30s today with rain, clouds with a couple of sun breaks. Outside of that, we're going to see highs right around 38 or 39 every day for the next week, and a continuing chance of rain with a snow level at or above past level. The snow level will be about 5,000 feet throughout the forecast period. Washington Governor Jay Inslee on Tuesday presented his budget proposal for the next couple of years, with expenses outpacing predicted revenues. The plan includes about $2 billion worth of reductions or delays in some program implementations from now through the year 2028. But Inslee is also asking for $8 billion more than in the current 2-year budget cycle, offers changes in pension plans, and proposes a 1% tax on Washingtonians whose wealth exceeds $100 million.
There has to be some mechanism so that working people have a way to survive in an economy that generates this much wealth. I have proposed one way to do that. There may be other ways. But in some fashion, we need to bring more equity to our society. I believe that's absolutely required by any common sense of fairness. And again, this is not meant to be punitive to the people who have done fantastic work while they're generating this wealth. I respect these people. They're deserving of respect. They're not deserving of ridicule. But the community is deserving of a fair tax system that will not have massive homelessness and hunger and single parents who can't afford their kids' food. And that's what we're trying to accomplish.
Congressman Dan Newhouse will rejoin the House Committee on Agriculture in the 119th Congress when they convene in January. Newhouse, of course, represents the 4th Congressional District. He served on that committee during his first term in Congress. Representative Newhouse will also retain his seat on the House Appropriations Committee, and he will stay on the subcommittees on agriculture, energy and water, and Homeland Security. Newhouse, of course, was reelected in November after defeating challenger Jared Sessler. He has been representing Douglas, Grant, and Okanogan counties since 2015. Fish and Wildlife agents say they found more than 20 waterfowl shot and left to die on the banks of the Columbia River. The birds were found back on November 23rd in the area of Sunland Estates in Grant County. Most of the birds were coots, but among the dead animals was one common loon. All appeared to have been shot with a shotgun. The common loon is a protected bird in our state. There are fewer than 24 known breeding pairs east of the Cascades. If you have any information about the animal deaths, you are asked to call the State Fish and Wildlife Office or report it through their website. By the way, there's a cash reward or a special hunting permit could be offered if they find the culprits. A housing summit will explore how middle housing growth can fit into existing neighborhoods and fill a large need in our area. Middle housing means duplexes, triplexes, townhouses, and cottages, and fits the height and form of existing neighborhoods. The summit, which will be hosted by Our Valley, Our Future and the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce, will bring together housing industry professionals and community members. Attendees will gain an understanding of middle housing, types of emerging in the region, new state mandates, and local success stories. The summit is $10 to attend. It'll be held at the local Event Center at the Pybus Public Market on February 6th. A member of the elected Board of Governors that governs a Soap Lake nursing home has been fined for a campaign violation. The Washington State Public Disclosure Commission says Jean Dillenberg owes $2,000 for repeated failures to file her personal financial disclosure statements as required by state law. Dillenberg needs only to pay half that fine in order to resolve the matter. She was previously fined for the same violation. In 2021 and 2022, most elected officials in our state are required to file financial statements covering the last calendar year. Dillenberg is one of 5 elected commissioners in Grant County Hospital District Number 4 that manages the McKay Healthcare and Rehabilitation Clinic in Soap Lake. The PDC says so far, Dillenberg has not paid any of her fines or submitted any of the financial reports, despite repeated reminders. And Becky Berg has spent 2.5 years steering the Eastmont School District as their superintendent. She prided herself on providing service to the students. Of course, the district announcing earlier this month that Becky Berg will retire to focus on life with her husband, who's suffering from some health challenges. The veteran educator says despite 2 failed efforts to pass a modernization bond to improve the aging schools and the facilities in Eastmont, the future looks bright for the district.
I think Eastmont has a strong tradition, and I've tried to protect that tradition, of staying out of some culture wars, trying to be Switzerland, and really just focus on students and their learning. And I think we've been able to preserve that. That's always, we don't take that for granted. We try to rein and do the right thing, but maybe not the front page kind of trend. So that's taken some constant management, and I think the leaders who came before me, because that really helps define Eastmont, Another challenge comes from the state with state funding. I know we educators talk about never having enough money, but it is a paramount duty of the state. And so when our insurance rates go up $300,000 over 1 year, from 1.1 to 1.4, that's a problem. When the state funding formula funds maybe 2 paraeducators at an elementary school, that's a problem. And so that's a constant one. And then, as probably most people that will be watching this will know, we had 4 elections in 2.5 years. Getting that 60% for a bond is a heavy lift. So I will be working from the sidelines wherever I can influence changing that law, along with other retired colleagues. But it shouldn't be that hard to build a new school when a school is as old as Rock Island or is as old as Cascade. The first bond was a big ask at $185 million. That's a big sticker shock for a community. And so when it didn't pass, I guess I wasn't too surprised. But I really value the process we used. We used an online survey tool and got input from about 900 patrons of the school district to really dig in, to put our pride aside and to say, why? Why did you vote the way you did? What do we not know? Tell us. It was an open-ended electronic software program that helps people interact with each other. And it was really a clear message that it was sticker shock. Eggs were, I think, $8 a dozen at the time. Gas was who knows what. And that they had some great sympathy for our 4 oldest schools, or empathy, but not so much for a transportation center or athletics. And that's fair. The athletics part surprised me because communities like sports so much, but I think this community really knows that the heart of the matter is in each of those schools. So when we came back out and we came within 34 votes, 34 yes votes shy, we were the winners of the losers bracket in Eastern Washington, so a lot of folks have reached out and we've worked with other districts to kind of compare notes and to see what strategies work, but time is just not right for our community. I think the future's super bright for Eastmont. This is a destination district. I love the fact that people's whole families are in the valley, and I love on the first day back to school how we ask how many employees graduated from Eastmont, can you stand up? And at least half, if not more, are proud Eastmont graduates. So I hope that tradition continues, and I hope that never settling continues also, because we're unlocking some great things for kids here, and I'm confident that the staff will continue that.
And that is the news on this Thursday. If you're interested in what's going on around here, and we have discovered that you do, because people watch the news, you can watch the news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock every Monday through Friday, except on holidays. Yeah, we'll be taking some time off next week. Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, available for you to watch on the World Wide Web. Our news will be posted and ready for you to peruse on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. Get a hold of us. If something out there warrants our attention, don't hesitate. Send us an email. We got pretty good folks who know what they're doing around here. News at NCWLIFE.com. Present company accepted. Sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, Spirited Accord Hybrid, Sporty Civic Hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait. Turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Just about 21 minutes after the hour, the Washington Huskies, the men, won the 300th game in the history of the rivalry between the Huskies and the Cougars. An historic night, 89-73, the final at Alaska Airlines Arena. 6 Huskies scored in double digits. The Huskies shot 50% from the field. The Cougars, on the other hand, lost 22 turnovers, and they shot just 6 for 20 from beyond the arc.
Really compete.
Now Danny Sprinkle saying he is by far their best defender, and a steal there. That's something Osborne does so well. Davis lines it up, and he hits. Trying to answer, Watts.
Yeah, if I'm Washington, I try to run something for DJ Davis again to get him a good look.
Harris for the lead.
Got it to go. And then this one by Tyler Harris is just all bottoms, what I like.
Stayed after having to exit with that eye injury. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Another three.
There you go.
Another three made by DJ Davis.
He was ready, locked and loaded. He's a smart player.
They get it right to him, and it pays off, and he's got a flex.
I think one of the reasons they're off to such a good start is Coach Riley took a lot of guys from Eastern Washington winning that newest system. As we take a look right there, that's just too easy.
You saw the note there, 15 turnovers for the Cougs. That is what they average per game. They are already at that mark just moments into the second half. And a swat at the rim by Makai Mason.
Get it out of here, Nate Calmeese. And he scores on the other end. Gives it up, Aaron. He runs the floor, and he gets rewarded. Chance for a three-point play. 17 turnovers.
Largest lead of the game for the Huskies. Backdoor. Iheanacho up and under.
That's a beautiful set. Yeah, the reason that play worked is the defense was worried about a DHO to dribble handoff. But Iheanacho ended up going back. Whoa! Put him on a poster, Aaron! Oh, that's how you attack the rim, ladies and gentlemen.
We're lights out. 50% from the floor, 48% from behind the arc. And this in-state rival continues with a little bit of a different look this year.
Also last night, the Gonzaga men played their first home game in 28 days. It took a while for them to get going, but they finally got into a groove, and the Bulldogs pulled away from Nichols 102-72. And one game before the Huskies and the Cougars, it was the Huskies in North Dakota in women's college basketball. Huskies dispatching them 64-51. Prep girls basketball scoreboard, the Omak Chelan doubleheader was postponed because of the snow, so they played it yesterday. Omak girls just snuck by Chelan. Moses Lake Christian just snuck by Bridgeport. Lake Roosevelt, a bit of an easier time over the Odessa girls. And in boys basketball, Chelan, the boys, got a little revenge. They beat Omak 54-46. Moses Lake Christian got by Bridgeport by 12, 62-50. We got basketball tonight, prep girls basketball. Our cameras will be at Eastmont High School, Wenatchee and Eastmont, first of the doubleheader, 5:30. Omak will be at Lakeside at 7:15 in girls basketball. 6 o'clock tip-offs. Liberty Bell hosts Manson. Moses Lake Christian will host Lake Roosevelt. Soap Lake travels to Republic. And Easton will be at Cascade Christian Academy. That's the girls. As far as the boys, again, it's a doubleheader. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Our cameras will be there. Omak will be at Lakeside at 5:45. this afternoon. Liberty Bell will host Manson at 7:30, and boys basketball, Bridgeport and Garden City Academy will get going at 4:30. Thorpe and Ephrata at 7 o'clock, 7:30 tip-off for Soap Lake at Republic, and Easton will be at Cascade Christian Academy at 7:30. Yes, basketball tonight. Grant Olson with the call. He's going to be a busy guy. He's got news, and he's got basketball. Wenatchee and Eastmont, boys and girls basketball at the Eastmont High School Gymnasium. The girls will be streaming and on our Facebook page at 5:30, so we don't interrupt the news. The boys will be streaming on our Facebook page and on television at 7 o'clock. And finally, as you probably know by now, Jake Dickert is taking the head coaching job at Wake Forest. So the Cougars had lost their quarterback, and now they lost their coach. And a bit of foreshadowing, Dickert on Monday talked about how there aren't any rules anymore when it comes to college football players. Now, apparently, it also applies to the coaches.
Well, I think the first step is realizing there are no rules. That's the first step. I mean, tampering is now part of it. It's a word that's a buzzword for everyone to use. But if you're not recruiting other people's rosters, it feels like in today's world that you're going to fall behind. So it does put us in a tough spot. There's agents that shop kids, even if teams aren't, so it's a really unique circumstance that we're kind of dealing with all at once, obviously before the playoffs.
Okay, well, yeah, no quarterback. By the way, the quarterback, John Mateer, is going to Oklahoma. Jake Dickert is going to Wake Forest. So if you can play quarterback or coach, you might want to give the AD at Washington State a call. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 26 minutes after the hour, it's National Hard Candy Day. Not going to do it. National Oatmeal Raisin Cookie Day, which I really like. Maybe I should have done that. But today is National Regifting Day. Now, you would think regifting, that is something that you do, after Christmas instead of before Christmas. But there's a good reason why National Regifting Day is always the Thursday before Christmas, because most annual holiday office parties thrown by companies for their employees happen right around this time of the year, and a lot of people tend to regift the presents they get from their coworkers. In fact, about 33% of workers admit that they regift the gifts that were given to them by their coworker. The most likely to be regifted, housewares. Second most regifted item, clothing. Only about 21% of people regift. Most people, if they don't like it, will just donate it to charity. And over 60% of people who do regift say they do it because they want to give it to somebody who likes the present more than they would like the present. So there is, there's nothing wrong with regifting. If you get something and you go, I like this, but I bet you my friend Carol would like it even more, and you give it to Carol. There's nothing wrong with that. It's National Regifting Day today, even though it's before Christmas. I don't know. I don't decide these things. 28 minutes after the hour today in history, they could not defend Philadelphia against the British Army. So George Washington said, we got to get the hell out of Philadelphia and camp somewhere for the winter, and so they did. George Washington's Continental Army on this date in 1777 goes into winter quarters at Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, about 18 miles northwest of Philadelphia. He just did not have enough troops to defend Philadelphia. Philadelphia fell to the British. The funny thing is, if the British had pursued George Washington and the Continental Army, they might have ended the war right then, but they didn't. They stopped. About 12,000 people at Valley Forge. It wasn't just all soldiers. There were civilians. There were women and children as well. Of the 12,000 people in Valley Forge over that winter, about 2,000 of them died from disease or starvation, and about 1,500 horses died as well. They began the long, cold campout at Valley Forge on this date in 1777. 67 years ago today, Elvis Presley got a knock on the door. Elvis, it's Uncle Sam, and your butt belongs to us. Elvis Presley, December 19th, 1957, had his draft notice served on him for the United States Army. He was due to report in early January of 1958. He asked for and was granted a deferment because they were already in pre-production for his next movie, King Creole. Money had already been spent, casting, directing, all that stuff. So he asked for a 60-day deferment so they could make King Creole. They granted it to him. They made King Creole, which, by the way, is the best Elvis movie. And then he went off into the Army, but he got his notice 67 years ago today. 50 years ago today, Nelson Rockefeller is sworn in as Vice President of the United States. under President Gerald Ford under the provisions of the 25th Amendment to the Constitution. Rockefeller was the second person appointed vice president under the 25th Amendment, the first being Gerald Ford himself. We had a lot of vice presidents in the mid-1970s. We just couldn't seem to get enough of it. It was on the state 50 years ago today. If you've ever seen the Jules Rimet trophy hanging around, please let FIFA know they'd like it back. 83 years ago today, at the Brazilian Football Confederation headquarters in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, the original World Cup trophy, that trophy, the Jules Rimet trophy, is stolen. Jules Rimet, when he had the trophy made in 1930, the stipulations were simple. The first country to win 3 World Cups would get to keep the trophy in perpetuity, and they would make a new trophy. Well, Brazil did it. In 1970, they got to keep the trophy. The trophy was put on display at their headquarters in Rio de Janeiro in a cabinet with bulletproof glass in the front of it, but nothing behind it. And on this date in 1983, the wooden rear of the cabinet was pried open with a crowbar. Somebody stole the cup. 4 men were tried and convicted in absentia for the crime. The trophy was never recovered. It is believed that it was simply melted down and sold. The original World Cup trophy disappeared and has never been found and probably never will be. And 26 years ago today, President Bill Clinton is impeached by the United States House of Representatives, becoming just the second president of the United States to be impeached. In January of 1999, he went on trial in the Senate and was acquitted. Birthdays are both heavenly birthdays, going back to the good old fun days of the Cold War. Now, I thought I had eyebrows. That guy's got eyebrows. Leonid Brezhnev, ironically enough, Ukrainian by birth. I wonder if he was alive today, would he be thinking about what's going on with Vladimir Putin and his home country of Ukraine? Leonid Brezhnev, the 4th head of the Soviet Union. He ran the joint from 1964 to 1982. A character, to say the least. And by the way, his wife is so ugly, she hurt my feelings. Anyway, Leonid Brezhnev, born in the state in 1906, and the great Maurice White. We miss this guy. Would have been 83 years old today. The founder, the leader, the songwriter, and the producer of Earth, Wind, and Fire, alongside with Philip Bailey. He sung almost all of their songs. We lost Maurice White 8 years ago. He is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and on merit, too, I might add. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. We're going to be very mild and very wet, as you know by now, over the next week or so. So maybe your heating system isn't going to be too stressed, but you know it's going to get really, really cold again. And you want to make sure when it gets really, really cold again that your heating system can handle the pressure of keeping your home nice and cozy when it gets to, 4 degrees outside. And if it isn't working right, your first call should be to Alpine Air. And maybe you want to get rid of and get a whole new HVAC system. That should also be your first call. Mike Minotti has an opinion. It's these kids today, they're listening to the loud rock and roll music and they're growing their hair long. They don't know what cliff notes are anymore. Mike Minotti's opinion is coming up. Bonnie Orr will be joining me live because she does it 4 times a year during the solstices and the equinoxes. Bonnie will be dropping by as well. But first, it's a rooster. Thomas the Rooster. It's Pause for Pets.
Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
We don't get chickens very often. I'm Jessica Robertson. I am here with the Humane Society, and this is Thomas. He is our black silky rooster. He's non-bearded, and he is the sweetest little guy. He's been with us for about a month or 2 now, but I think he's grown on all of us a little bit. Thomas is a year old. He came to us as a stray. He's found in Wenatchee area.
Thomas was a chicken just on the streets?
Yeah, kind of crazy. I've never seen a roaming chicken. I think he just is a boy. He acts kind of like a rooster. We had a few ducks, and he definitely wanted to go over to them, so he would probably like a group of girls, I'm sure. Honestly, silkies, they can be the best pets, just lovable. They're not very flighty, and they like to stick to their people. I had a bunch of silkies growing up, and they would just follow me around, and they just want to be picked up, and they're just lovable. I think just like a family household, maybe no dogs unless your dog likes chickens, that's probably fine. Just have a nice space for them. Kind of be aware of your neighbors because he does like to crow.
Is he a morning guy then?
He's an all-day kind of guy. We'll be walking around and he'll hear us talking. He'll start crowing at us. He's really funny.
Do chickens need a flock?
I think they need some friends, yes. They do best with their people.
So if somebody has an existing flock, Thomas might fit in there somehow?
I think so, for sure. He doesn't really need a whole lot, just some love and his little chicken scratch and crumbles, and I think he'd do well with just some love.
Are roosters like this very popular with, like, say, young people or families with kids?
Honestly, I'd say so, yeah. Just their look, their beautiful silky feathers. The plumage is just so soft and fluffy. He's so beautiful, too. You can go onto our website, and there's a section where it says livestock, and Thomas is right under the livestock area on our webpage. And you can always make appointments also on our webpage to see Thomas.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
He's a really sweet guy. We all love Thomas.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Winter is on its way, Wenatchee Valley, and Collins is prepared. Warm coats, sweaters, boots, scarves, and gloves. Cozy pajamas from PJ Salvage. Beautiful fashions for your holiday celebrations from Joseph Ribkoff and Frank Lyman. Brighton jewelry and handbags are handcrafted and a very popular Christmas gift. We carry Valespa and Capri Blue candles. Don't forget the ever-popular Collins gift card. Collins Fashions has complimentary gift wrap and wonderful service in downtown Wenatchee.
'Twas the holiday season, and all through the town, people were shopping and driving all around. But every Sunday at 10, you would find them all here at Wine Girl Wines for the Bloody Mary breakfast buffet, football, and beer.
You're invited to experience small town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I just read a friend's Facebook post, and they asked if Cliff Notes were still a thing, because he mentioned them to a younger person who didn't know what he was talking about. Now, this made me think of how much other stuff I have mentioned to millennials that, to their loss, they've never heard of, like Sophia Loren, believe it or not, Aesop's Fable, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Michelangelo's Moses, his statue David, and others. Farrah Fawcett, film noir, and of course the two best car chase movies ever filmed, Bullet and The French Connection. Millennials, they miss out on all this stuff. That reminds me of when my kids were younger, and when I wanted to share a classic movie with them, they'd moan, "Oh, black and white, we don't want to watch this." Oh gosh, it's painful just thinking about all the stuff that our younger generation has missed. Man, kids these days. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait, turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Holiday Spice returns to the Numerica Performing Arts Center on Friday, December 20th with 2 shows. This year it's called Holiday Spicier. It's intended for mature audiences. And 3 Christmas movies will be screened on Monday, the 23rd, White Christmas at 10 a.m., Elf at 3 p.m., and the night before at 7 p.m. Admission is just $3 a film.
The Gilded Lily is filled with holiday cheer. Every corner is full of gift ideas that have been handpicked for your home, family, and friends. Come see the beautiful trees with decor to make your home sparkle this festive season. Gorgeous lights, gourmet foods, specialty chocolates. Shop often during the holiday season and enjoy complimentary gift packaging with purchase. The staff at Gilded Lily looks forward to assisting you with your holiday shopping.
Every solstice and every equinox, Bonnie Orr drops by. The equinoxes are spring and fall. The solstices are summer and winter. And guess what? At 1:20 in the morning on Saturday, is that right? 1:20 officially. I'll be asleep. What do I care? Is the first day of winter, the winter solstice, the longest day of the year in the southern hemisphere, the shortest day of the year. Up here, we always talk about the do's and the don'ts. And to join me, it's our friend, it's Bonnie Orr. Woohoo!
Good morning, good morning.
First of all, thank you for this.
Yes.
This is actually in
I just picked them this morning.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, little roses and the Michaelmas daisy.
Thank you.
That's because we're having a mild late fall.
And we had a mild is an understatement. We had a hot summer. Hotter than normal. We're starting to be the regular now, and we did, as we have the fall weather stats here, we had a warmer than normal autumn. We've talked about this before for the last couple of years. This is now the new normal as far as climate and meteorology is concerned. Things have changed. These are just facts. Things have changed.
Indeed. In fact, the frost in my yard, my first frost in my yard was not until like the 18th of November. Yeah.
You've been at your home in East Wenatchee for a very long time. You inherited plants and trees and shrubs when you bought the house and moved in. Have you seen some of the things that you inherited when you bought your house that aren't doing as good as maybe they should because of what's going on?
No, I only had 3 trees. I bought the house because it didn't have a yard. I mean, because it had the space. But
you had a blank slate.
I had a blank slate to work on, and then the windstorm in 2007 blew down one of the big trees that was going to have to be removed anyway. So. But no, I have not noticed any difference. Yeah, but I have. I mean, like things still growing. It's pretty amazing.
Speaking of pretty amazing, what the folks who sell you Christmas trees try to do is sell you stuff to keep your tree looking better longer. That's a myth and misconception. All you got to do for a Christmas tree is water the damn thing, right?
Well, yes, you water it because some of the other stuff can clog, and a tree will drink a huge amount of water. So that's really important. And also you only have it for 3 weeks. And so sometimes they have lemon or bleach or something like that to prevent bacteria from growing. It's not necessary. It's not necessary at all. But water is.
Yeah, well, and it is amazing how much a Christmas tree can drink. They're guzzlers.
They can almost a gallon. I mean, and you should have a really large container for it ananyway.
Yeah, obviously, for 2 reasons. Number 1, you don't want it to fall over. Number 2, if you forget for a day, it's probably going to be okay.
Yeah.
So, de-icers.
You know,
Let's talk about that.
Okay, I see people go out and throw de-icers on snow. De-icers don't work on snow. Okay, and if you read the back of the package, there's also temperatures. Okay, so if it is below, it depends on the de-icer, but generally they work in the 20s. So when it's 0 degrees or 5 degrees, you put down the de-icer, it's not going to work. Okay, and there's just the problem of tracking that stuff in the house, you know, and on the carpet, animal paws, da 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 da.
The contractors who do the the sidewalks and the driveways, when they're done, they go out with the little green pellets, you know, the bags, and they spread the de-icer on the sidewalk.
And sometimes that's a waste of product.
Okay. Is it bad for your yard? Because, you know, sidewalk to transitions to yard.
Depends what you use.
Okay.
Depends what you use. Because calcium chloride, I think, is the one that is the least damaging to lawns.
And they all have specific instructions on how to apply it correctly.
It's amazing. Right? Reading the back of the bag is just...
Read the damn bag. It's as simple. That's as simple as that. Let's talk about our friends, our little feathered friends.
Yes.
They need shelter, they need water, they need food, just like we do. Only they're living outside and we have a roof over our head. How do we keep our birds happy?
They mostly need water. I mean, that will be the thing that will attract them to you. Open water, unfrozen water. Sometimes a little grit if we have a lot of snow, but we don't have a lot of snow anymore. I mean, truly, we do not. And food, yes, but you have to keep the feeders clean because molds and things can grow in the feeder, and then the bird can become sick. The birds can become sick.
And of course, they defecate just like we do.
That's right, and so it has to be. You have to be able to clean it up or spread it out or something so it dries out.
If you put up a bird feeder outside, and you should, and keep it constantly full and clean, maybe like just like a 4 foot by 4 foot tarp right underneath it to catch all that stuff, or not?
No, because then it's going to rain on it, and then there's going to be snow on it. I mean, it's fine to have it on the ground, but you need to know that there are ground feeders as well, birds that feed on the ground. So you need to spread it out, or move the feeder from place to place.
And the birds will find it. I found this out 30 some odd years ago with my first house. On a whim, I bought a bird feeder and some wild bird seed and hung it up on a branch and filled it full. And within a half an hour, there were birds all over it.
It's pretty interesting, isn't it? You know, the other thing is that there's just lots of seeds. I don't deadhead, and I grow things that have seeds on them, and then the birds feed all winter long. I grow thistle seed, the black thistle seed, the Niger, and I grow all sorts of other things, and then the birds. That's one of the ways of not having contamination is because it's spread out over the whole yard.
People don't think about doing outdoor gardening and yard care this time of the year. It's December, the days are cold and short. But is there anything wrong with like saying, I know it's December or January, but I never did like that tree, or I never did like that bush. Can I just take it out now?
I was out gardening the other day. I mean, we had a sunny day. It was so nice after the inversion for 10 days. Yes, this is the time to do things out in the yard. And this is when you can be really firm about getting rid of something that you've not wanted in that place.
So trees, shrubs, bushes, anything else that just you never liked or it didn't work out, you can just take it out now?
If the ground's not frozen, you can dig too.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a little infestation of bishop's weed. And so I'm going to be getting at that with
Bishop's
my spade.
weed? I didn't know you were Catholic.
Haven't you seen me, John and Flex?
We talked about de-icers. Is there anything else that people apply to their cars or their driveways or sidewalks that you don't want that stuff to get anywhere near plants or flowers? Or,
you know, some people used to use fertilizer. I hope people are past that.
Because why? Does it melt ice?
Yes, yes, but no.
And people over fertilize anyway. So who's kidding that? You wrote a very interesting open winter.
Yeah.
Oh, what define open winter?
Well, there's no snow on the ground, or there's very little snow on the ground.
Which right now is where we're heading.
We're having an open winter. We're having an open late fall because it's not winter yet. But you know, where it rains or where there's no snow on the ground, that's what open winter is. Yeah. And you know, if it wasn't raining, we would be worried about desiccation of plants. But I think that the wet November is going to take care of all the trees and things for us.
We had an exceptionally wet November, almost 2 inches of rain. It was almost one of the wettest Novembers. ever measured, and we're off to a wet start in December. You saw the forecast all the way through Christmas and maybe beyond. We're going to see our afternoon high temperatures close to 40, our overnight lows about 32, 33, which is normally our daily high.
Yes.
And rain every day for the next 7 days. What do we need to be aware with that kind of wet weather? Not snow, but rain in December.
Okay, and it's not going to freeze at night, so you don't have to use de-icers. That's a really good thing.
Right.
But in the spots between the rainstorms, you could go out and do something.
That's fair enough. House plants, they don't get a lot of sun this time of the year.
No.
Most people are smart enough to put them to a south-facing window, so whatever they do get, they do get. Do the plants get cut? House plants, even normal house plants, do they get kind of punky, kind of sad, kind of depressed?
They do, and they don't need very much water, depending on how hot you keep your house. But you have to look for bug infestations, because this is the time when buggies are going to hatch out if the plant is weakened. The big danger is bringing in new plants. If you bring in a house plant gift, you always have to keep it in isolation in another room for at least 3 weeks. And people go, well, I want to look at it. Well, yes, you can look at it, but then you have to see what's...
You've never been a big fan of giving even somebody who you like and is into plants a plant for Christmas because of that very thing.
Of that very thing.
Yeah.
And also because of the danger of actually killing the plant between the store and getting it home, because it's, 40 degrees even is not something tropical plants like.
If there's any viewer out there who is just bound and determined to buy somebody on their list a plant, what's the best 2 or 3 kinds of plants that you can buy this time of year at a nursery that you can't kill no matter how hard you try?
Probably Christmas cactus.
Okay.
Okay, that would be one of them, or any of the tropical greens.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, we talked about that. Look at last year's photos and make a plan, provided that you took photos last year.
Well, people do take photos of their family out in the garden, and they go, oh, that's a dead spot in the lawn. How do I take care of that? So this is the time to reconsider your watering patterns, but also you can see where something has outgrown its space or whatever. It is really amazing when you go back and look at the picture, because, ta-da, you say, oh, I see that. But this is also the time when the new catalogs come out. I always call it plant pornography because the plants look so beautiful, and you just want one of those and 2 of those and some of this. Check making sure that the zone is correct. Ours is 7 for cold, and 8 for heat. And the heat zone is really important because it's the number of days over 86, and we have a lot, and many plants can't take up enough water.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter how much you water, they just physiologically cannot take up enough water. So you have to also think about what space you have. It's just so enticing to say, oh, I would love to have
How
that.
do you keep such a great attitude this time of the year when you can't do nearly the kinds of things that you love to do on a daily basis in December and January and February that you can in July and June? How do you deal with that?
I watercolor paint.
Okay.
Okay, because it has bright colors,
sure.
Especially for the inversions, and what else do I read a lot. You can't be outside. I exercise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do we have everything taken care of? Because we're almost out of time, Bonnie. Anything else that's on your mind while I have you here?
Okay, planting. Okay, people you won't see me again until the end of March.
Right.
That's the time to start tomato plants, not before, okay? Because otherwise they get too leggy and then they do not survive. But in February, you could start herb seeds.
Okay.
And I'm going to start geranium seeds for this year for the first time. Usually I do cuttings. I'm going to try seeds.
Do people sometimes jump, if we have a mild and wet winter, which is the long-term forecast, by the way, from the Climate Prediction Center, warmer than normal, wetter than normal. Do people kind of want to jump the gun if we have a couple of days in February where it pushes 55 and they just want to start doing stuff?
Soil temperature. Get your probe out and see what the soil temperature is, because that is what determines the growth. And the roots will not grow when it's cold.
That's true.
Yeah.
Bonnie Orr, everybody. And by the way, folks, if you have any questions at all, we can't stress this enough. We talk about it all the time. Chelan Douglas Master Gardeners are the pros. They know what they're doing. They are the best of the best. And the Chelan Douglas Master Gardeners is a highly vetted professional organization. Just because you write a check.
Volunteer organization.
Volunteer organization. And it takes a lot of training, a lot of expertise. And if you have any questions at all, just get a hold of them. Their offices are on the intersection of Douglas and Washington Street.
You have to get hold hold of us by email. Chelan Douglas Masterguard, or Chelan. Let me try this again. ChelanMasterGardeners@gmail.com, and we constantly look at what people are asking, and we respond to it.
Bonnie Orr, everybody.
Yeah.
Who's on her way to Mansfield to have a great time, a sentence that has never been spoken by anybody.
Oh, don't say that. You are so
we
bad.
love our friends in Mansfield. One of my best friends is from Mansfield. One of my best friends. And then he moved to Texas. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
I think that's a power line.
Nailed it. What the? Are you gonna call 911 or should I?
Actually, we're late. I'm just gonna drive over it.
Afraid not. Down power lines are super dangerous. If you see one, you call it in.
Yeah, I just drove up to a down power line.
She gets it.
Culinary Apple is the place for holiday gift giving. We have gifts for everyone, including our most popular gift box full of locally grown apples, our famous fudge, and cinnamon glazed nuts. Let Culinary Apple make your gift giving easy this year.
You're invited to experience small town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
Enjoy a simpler time and place where the holidays bring family and friends closer together. Chelan Cellars and Sorrento's Restaurante on the shores of Lake Chelan. Join us this holiday season.
You're invited to experience small town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all. You need the Kubota construction lineup. Right now, write it off a lot and write it off your taxes for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $4,000.
All right, before we cut you loose, a friendly reminder, you probably just saw the ads if you're watching the commercial break. Small Town Holidays, us here at the NCWLIFE channel has teamed up with the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce to bring you Small Town Holidays. Every Tuesday and every Thursday, we're giving away a $50 gift card to one of the participating businesses. On this Thursday, it is Elevated Home in downtown Chelan. Top Flight Furniture, I mean the good stuff. If you're going to buy furniture, if you buy cheap stuff, it's going to look cheap and it's going to act cheap. Or you can get the good stuff like American Leather and Bassett. They carry it there. They have interior decorators. They have designers. They are the best folks out there. They're the experts in their field. And they're, by the way, right next door to the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce on Woodland Avenue. $50 gift card could be yours to Elevated Home by sending me an email, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. Vladimir, if you're watching, I sent you an email this morning. You won the contest on Tuesday. All right, let's get right to it. First of all, we're in for, as Bonnie and I already mentioned, we're in for some very mild weather. We're under the influence of a southwesterly flow, which is going to just continue to feed us warmer and wetter air than we're used to. This time of the year, we are going to get precipitation, and a lot of it almost every day, in the form of rain, not snow. Take a look at the forecast here from the National Weather Service, and I'll tell you what we're talking about. Does that look like it's a typo? It isn't. That is the forecast. Mild temperatures and precipitation falling as rain in the lower elevations and snow in the upper elevations. But even then, sometimes the snow level is going to be 5, 6, 7,000 feet. Rain today, clouds, high of 38. Rain tonight, clouds, low of 32. Rain on Friday, clouds, high of 39. Rain Friday night, clouds, low of 31. Rain on Saturday, clouds, high of 39. Rain on Saturday night, clouds, low of 32. Rain on Sunday, clouds, high of 39. Rain on Sunday night, clouds, low of 31. we're going to see a few sun breaks on Monday. We'll take that, but for the most part, it'll be cloudy. And about a 60% chance of rain on Monday, and a chance of rain on Monday night, and a chance of rain on Tuesday, and a chance of rain on Christmas Day. I think we all moved to Gig Harbor, and nobody told us. Have a good and safe Thursday. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.